Don't start that whining stuff. Don't be doing all that, bro. Don't be doing all that. Y'all don't even listen to that, man. We're trying to tell that man he sound like a female when he do that shit. But anyways, y'all know what time it is. We back with another one. This your boy JTL, aka Op from the motherfucking norm. You know how I go. I'm right here moving around through the city, man. I'm sliding through the city, man. What I'm doing tonight, I'm sliding through the city, y'all. Now we're gonna have a short but sweet show. You know what I'm saying? The fellas gonna have a discussion real quick. We ain't got no videos to show. I'm waiting for a couple of people to come through. We're gonna bring them up on the panel. But I'm gonna let my co-pilot go ahead and introduce himself. You know what it is. You already know. Come to me, Op from the North 18. Subscribe. Now, this other brother I got that I want y'all to subscribe to. Go ahead, JVJ. Let them know what time it is.
Well, you know, y'all know what it do. It's your boy Jew.
Hey, don't do that. Don't do that.
Stealing them niggas shit. But nah, man,
Yeah,
it's JVJ. And look, man, y'all already know where to find me at. If y'all don't know where to find me at, go to Let's Talk with JVJ. Yes, just spell it out. It's spaces in between. I got proper English over here. Let's Talk with JVJ. And then also make sure y'all come over here and check out the Let's Talk with the JVJ Network. But man, we got a good conversation tonight. I'm ready to see, especially like with the title of the topic. I know it's gonna be a good one. So we definitely in the step part, we need to have this conversation. So yeah, that's all I got, man. Y'all like and subscribe, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button on y'all way in here.
On the way in. All right. So check it out. Shout out to Grace. She in the building real quick. I was about to go ahead and go there. Appreciate you for that, Jay. Said same thing. Good evening, everybody. Please press the like button on your arrival. All right, so this thought process came up to me because of what the last show was. We was having the last show. It was just an impromptu. That was was it Saturday?
I think we was having this conversation on Wednesday.
No, because that would have been your regular show day. The day we did it was you know what I'm saying, just out of the blue.
Was it? What? I thought it was Wednesday. It might have been somewhere else. It could have possibly
been it was possibly Friday or Saturday. So
okay,
this
wasn't Friday Funny, was it?
Huh?
It wasn't on Friday Funny night, was it?
I don't think so. It was it was around one of those days. I know it was after my show. It might have been Sunday, Saturday, Sunday.
Sunday. Yeah, it probably was Sunday.
Yeah. So I think it was like Saturday, Sunday. So you know, we just did a quick show, and then a couple of fellas came up, and they were saying that, well, Jay, he don't have to speak to the females and do the interviews and things of that nature. That's already been done for the women. So I was like, let's go ahead and do a show on that. Let's have a conversation about that. Like we hear that every once in a while. Because I'm gonna be honest, the only thing I think that we honestly should do is be speaking to women that's actually trying to actually, you know, be better for men and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Better in their own lives and be better for men because we need each other. So that's who I be wanting to have a conversation with. So Jay, maybe you can explain it a little bit better now because we can actually have a conversation about it, like what you actually think as having.
Oh Lord, man. All right, there you go. He back. He back.
Conversation with
He
you.
back.
Huh? What happened?
Nah, you had popped out, came back in. What
Oh
finish
yeah,
what
my
you were
internet.
saying?
Now I was saying, what do you think about the fact that you want to be able to have conversations with women? But my question to you is it because for like women that's actually trying, or just women that are just talk, whether they trying or not, just talking shit? Like, what's your thought process on that?
Well, I don't know if I explained it all the way through that night, but I'm gonna talk to women in general. Like I'm gonna
Okay.
have these conversations, period, because like that's one thing here. We're trying to better the community over here. That's our number one goal over here in the JVJ network. And honestly, it actually applies to the white race, Asian race, Mexican race. It applies to all races, but the number one most pertinent one that we're addressing are the ones that look like us. So that's number one. But I'm damn sure not finna cut off people regardless of whether they agree or they disagree, whether they're on the path of trying to be better or whether they're still stuck in that delusion. I'm gonna have the conversation with them. I'm gonna have it. And I think that was like my biggest pushback when we were talking that night with everybody else, because they were like, we already done had these conversations. We don't need to talk about this shit no more. I haven't had them. So I'm gonna have them. If that makes sense. Oh, look, there you go. Halloween on deck. I'm cutting my shit to this weekend, man. That's why I'm covering it up right now.
He just jealous because he can't get this shit right here. You know what I'm
Been there,
saying? Less than 2 years though.
been
Like,
there,
and
done that.
I gotta get my shit retwisted. So imagine it's gonna be like down here, son, down to my, you know what I mean?
Oh, so you gonna keep growing it?
I don't know. I was thinking about it. I might cut it. I don't even know. I might cut it.
I
It don't take me that long for my hair to grow anyway.
I can't
So I was thinking about
hold you on that. Oh, and did you want me to put the link in the chat for everybody too?
yeah,
You
because we got one of the people that was here for the conversation. So yeah, go ahead and drop the link so people's podcast can come up, aka Israel. Let him come on up.
Oh yeah, y'all look, and this is an open conversation for everybody. Oh, and my girl Grace says she up in here. Well, yeah, I kind of knew you was in here, Grace,
No,
because you.
this a conversation for the men.
Oh no, I need. Okay, hold on. He the host. I can't say nothing. I can't say nothing.
That's what we were just talking about. Shit, the women being here or not. So this is conversation for the men.
It was a big conversation. And she also said, OMG, I finally know what you look like. He ugly as hell, ain't he?
I don't know what show she been watching. I done did a few shows with a camera on.
I don't think she watched the ones where it was just me and you doing the collabs and shit.
Oh, she missed out. That's her fault.
I think that was before the JVJ Network though.
Was it?
I think it was. I think because me and you
No.
was doing no. It wasn't?
That was the JVJ Network. Yep, that was.
It was JVJ Network?
That was it.
But look, man, like where I come from, like my biggest thing is like I understand where people are coming from. It's like, man, there's no point of having these conversations with the ladies and all this shit. I'm not a part of that team, to be honest with you, because I'm gonna have those conversations, man, regardless of how much it pisses people off, because something that we might know of going through these situations and dealing with these talking points, because it's just talking points, and it's a game that a lot of these ladies that are lost say. I'm fucking going to talk to them. So the younger kids, because I still got probably 15% of kids that watch 15% of the people that watch my channel or watch the network and shit, they're like, I think 18 and under. They don't know the game. They don't know the talking points. They don't know where these women are coming from, and then they definitely don't know how to react to getting hit in the face for that. That's why you see a lot of videos with these dudes sitting over here like, no, you need to know what you're gonna be hit with, and you need to know how to respond to it. So I'm gonna have these conversations and giving them a living example. Now I know other people gonna disagree, but that's where I'm coming from.
I mean, I hear you. So Israel, what you got to say to that? You know what I'm saying? What you got to say? Introduce yourself to the show to the show real quick, then go ahead and give your opinion on what Jay just said.
And I'm
glad to be here, man. I hope everybody's doing well today.
What it do? What it do, Israel?
Hey, I got my ass whooped in my dream last night. My damn shoulder messed up.
I was like, what you went through?
Man, look, man, they whooped my ass, man. I don't know what the hell happened. I just woke up fucked up.
Shit.
I think I tapped out. I don't know what happened, man. I just woke up with a short shoulder, man.
Probably laid on the wrong side.
We chilling, man. We good.
Shout out to Jay's Pocket. Brought it back just for this one right here. Just for this one. Hold on,
man. We love that pocket.
Yo, he got on that poke high shirt. What you doing, right? He got that Al Bundy shit on.
Uh-oh. I see him out here. I see you.
All right. So, anyways, what you got to say to what Jay had to say about, he just like having a conversation. When it comes to women, you got young women that don't know no better, that's trying to learn, just like the young brothers, young men or whatever. So what you say to that? Like, if you want to bring somebody on to interview them and talk to them, and it might be somebody trying. Like, my whole thing is, if they're trying, I'll rock with that. Like, if you're authentic about it and you're trying, I have a conversation with those type of women, not the ones that's bringing chaos and all of that. I ain't studying those. But what's your opinion on what Jay just had to say about, him having a conversation with women?
Well, women have been talking exclusively for the last 50 years, and they ain't learned shit. Okay? Because first of all, they're out of order, and you can't learn when you're out of order. The first thing that has to happen is they have to come to order. And this learning principle, we follow that process everywhere we go in society, from K through 12 to college to work. Before learning can begin, you have to come to order. But I think we kind of skip over that, and we allow people just to ramble and talk, and there's no learning taking place. So you're not having a conversation. You're not having a dialogue. What they're doing is they're waiting for a space to have monologues. And they just want to talk, my feelings and this and that. I mean, if we go biblically, the Bible says if they're going to learn anything, they got to do it at home from their husband.
Right.
That's what the Bible says is going to happen. But before that can happen, you have to come in order. You have to come to order. You got to be in behavior. So your first day of school, what do they teach you first? They go over the rules. Here is how you're going to behave in this place before any learning takes place. You learn that in K through 12. You go to college. Your first day of class, they hand you a syllabus. In the beginning of that syllabus is the code of conduct. You got to learn how to behave before any learning takes place. When you go to work, the very first thing that happens at work, they give you that employee handbook. Here is how you're going to behave before you learn anything. You go to court, right? What happens when you go to court? The bailiff comes out and reads the instructions. Here is how you're going to behave here. And if you don't behave, we got a bunch of people standing on the side with guns that's going to ensure that you behave. And then the judge comes out. The judge comes out and says, did you understand what the bailiff just said? Yes, Your Honor. Okay, now we can begin. But see, when it comes to the black community, we put the rules out the window, and we just allow people just to spew opinions and ramble on in circular arguments. There's no learning taking place. We got to get back to order. We got to put things in order, or otherwise we're just having circular conversations over and over and over again.
Well, I got a question. I got a question to ask you on what you just said.
Spaces, we know what they're going to say before they say it, because we've all heard it all our lives.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this,
in the last couple of years is men are starting to respond. Before, men didn't say anything. Now,
well, hold on, wait, hold on. I got a question to ask you then, since you say that, right? Then how do you get somebody back in order if you don't deal with them?
No, I'm not saying not to deal with them. They got to listen and learn in silence.
Okay.
Just like you do everywhere else. Everywhere else, you listen and learn in silence. But it's only when they deal with us you get that. We all saw that viral video with the cop with the girl down in Atlanta. All she had to do was sign the ticket.
Right.
That's all she had to do. But because she was so used to being out of order, she didn't understand what the cop was telling her. And then she really didn't get it until he started to arrest her. And then she was acting confused. I don't understand why I'm being arrested. That's why I'm not cooperating. What he was saying to her is, I'm not playing no games with you. I already done gave you the warning twice. I done told your boyfriend what it was. Now, here are the consequences for your actions. But they're not used to being held accountable. That's why she was so horrified on that video.
Yeah, she looked a little crazy. But Jay, so let me ask you something, Jay. So Jay, what's your question? You got any questions that you want to ask him on that?
Well, I was gonna tell you, like, here, I know where Israel coming from on the point. And I got it that night, and I got it from everybody that was letting me know. But I'm about to say, you got some comments.
Shoot, the only one I see for the last one is, oh my God, finally I know what you look like.
All right, we got Hayes up in the building. Hayes said, yes.
They talking to me?
No. He said only on men's terms. He wrote this right when you was coming in. And I agree with that. Like, if we're gonna have the conversation, it's gonna have to be on our terms. That's the whole point of us having these platforms. Everything that goes on over here, I was running this show. When I do my show, I'm running my show. Grace doing her show, she run hers. Like, we have to do it on our terms. The conversation, right. I believe the conversation needs to be had. Now I can understand the structure that needs to go around it. And I feel you on what you were saying, Israel. Like, I feel you 100%. This shit has been talked about for decades. Like, if a motherfucker don't know, how they don't fucking know, especially being black. Because we talk about these type of issues in our community. You hear it at the cookouts, you hear it at church, you hear it at school, honestly. You hear it in every aspect of your life. So I feel you on that shit. And then Grace said, well, I guess I'll leave since this is for men only. Yeah, man.
Ain't nobody tell you to leave. You ain't on the panel. Just go ahead and watch. Sit back and watch greatness.
And then Philip came.
They need to get used to watching men communicate with each other without having to participate. Just observe. All right, y'all heard it. Y'all heard what the scripture says.
Y'all heard that. And then Philip said, hey, shipmates. All right, what it do, Philip?
What up, Philip?
I ain't seen Philip in a minute. And then we got Hurricane JW. He said, what up, everybody? Hold on.
Hurricane, what's good? Oh, you
said, what up, everybody? All right, I know I just fucked it up, and that was lame as hell. But yeah, back to the host. What you got, host?
All right, so I was saying if you was gonna ask a question about that, because him and Snowman wasn't really rocking with what you said about the whole interviews. Israel said about them paying attention and just listening versus trying to have these conversations with them because they don't understand nothing, or they need to be willing to learn. They're out of order, so they need to be quiet. Now, on my perspective, I kind of get them on that, because most females, like to your point, would you say they're not gonna make the ship? So they're not gonna make the boat or whatever, right?
Everybody ain't making the boat.
Everybody ain't making the boat.
So 2/3 of them ain't gonna make it.
What's your opinion? So Jay, what's your opinion on to what extent are you gonna try to talk to these females when it comes to interviewing and all of that? You try to be like the Lil P show where you got K and Kayla on the panel? What you trying to do?
Well, here you go. My number one thing when it comes to like interviews are one-on-one. That's why it was just me and clicks and views for a while, and then I let Brick Slinger up just because I kind of know how he operates, and I know he ain't finna come eat ass out. No homo. Well, actually, that wouldn't be homo. But when it comes to the interviews, I don't give a fuck who the female is. I don't give a fuck what her background is. I don't care about what her thinking is. I'm gonna have the conversation with them. Now, when it comes to the panels, everybody's gonna have to get vetted. every guy gets vetted. It's the same. It's gonna be the same process for anybody that I let up on a panel. That's a guy. The same process for the woman. If you get on here, you saying crazy fucking shit all the goddamn time, you interrupting it, people can't talk, you gonna get the fuck up out of here. We're not gonna bring you back.
Check your ass.
Yeah, like real shit. You're gonna get a warning, you're gonna get a second warning, and then you up out of here. We playing baseball around this bitch. And it's gonna be the same thing for the females too. Like there's a way to disagree and have your argument without being disrespectful. So if people can abide by those rules, in the women and the men, man, look, anybody can come up on a fucking panel. I don't give a fuck.
Well, what is the word that they don't grasp the meaning of? And that's called contentious. And the definition for contentious is speaking in a manner to cause argument or debate. And that's what they're doing. And that's what we saw with that girl you was interviewing that night that I said something about. You were asking her simple, direct questions. And she didn't answer not one of them. Not one of them.
I watched it back.
It's like, what are we talking about here? And you asking her, you gave her a lot of grace, man.
I did.
You way more nicer than I am.
How you think he should have handled it?
Well, I mean, me and Jay got two different personalities, so I can't tell him to handle it necessarily the way I would handle it because it's not going to come off. It's not going to roll off his tongue the same way.
Well, I think maybe the real question is,
you could have come back and said, "Hey, you didn't answer my question."
Hey, Israel, I think the question that you should answer is, how would you have handled the conversation?
I would have shut that shit down immediately.
How? But how? Like, how? I mean, that's just me. How? In what way though? What way would you have shut it down? Like, what would you have done?
Exactly
in that
the way
situation?
I just said it. Whoa! You didn't answer the question. I wouldn't have let her ramble on. I would have stopped her in the facts. Hey, this is a yes or no question. Let's get to the answer. Because we can't move the conversation forward if we're not having that exchange and going back and forth. She was just waiting for Jay to stop talking so she could ramble. And her rambling had nothing to do with what he was talking about. So we're like, we're as viewers, we're watching. It's like, what the hell is happening? And we see this so much when we allow them into our spaces. And this is why Kevin was so controversial to them. And all he was doing was asking them basic questions. And a lot of times the questions were the same questions night after night. So the men were watching Kevin and we could almost predict what he was going to say. Like, all right, here he come. But time after time and time again, they caught off guard. They didn't see where he was going with it. We did. We like, okay, watch for it, wait for it.
Because I mean, because they totally different, you know what I'm saying? But they don't realize a lot of them are like still the same. Like I said, for me personally, if I'm having a female on the panel to talk to, I got my specific reasons, but I gotta make sure she's not just trying to bring all that chaos because it becomes a headache after a while. Like you said, it's gonna be a lot of the same stuff being said, regurgitated, and it really gets annoying. But
and points that have been debunked already.
Yeah,
like we've
over and
debunked
over.
a lot of this shit that they're talking about.
But I think Jay,
they exist in the echo chamber. They just repeating tropes, and their education doesn't matter because you could take a hood chick straight out of the ghetto and compare her to a PhD. They're saying the same exact shit. So your education doesn't matter.
Hold on real quick.
Why do you have the same exact talking points in y'all class-wise?
Hold on real quick, Israel. Hold on real quick. Let me go to comments real quick. Grace says, I'm not one of those women. Y'all should already know. And then Philip was waving at Grace.
That's his girl, man. That's his internet girl, man.
And then Grace says, I'm out. I don't know why she would be out. It's just the panel is for men.
I don't think she out.
I know. She probably capping. She probably capping.
Oh, let me put this. Can I say this real quick before you
say
it? All right, and Red put another comment in there for you too. Look, for everybody that's watching on either my channel or Ops channel, make sure y'all click the link right here and come over to the JVJ Network. Come over to the JVJ Network and watch over there, all right? Do that for your boy. Hit that thing. But no, go ahead, my bad.
Yeah, click on Red Illusion. Let's see what we're talking about.
All right. You want me to read it?
No, I got you. Straight man don't get to participate.
Straight. Not straight, but straight.
Straight? No, I ain't doing that, Alabama. Straight men don't get to participate in female spaces. They call it mansplaining. Yeah, I remember that one. But I want to ask y'all brothers some questions. Now, Israel, you gotta let somebody else talk now. All right? You my boy, but you gotta let somebody else talk. All right, so Jay, what I want to know is let's just start seeing how we would maneuver in different spaces. If you was over there at the Lapeef network and you had to deal with K and Kayla, how would you deal with that?
Well, I would have to wait my turn, man. That ain't my channel. So I would have to wait till they let me speak. And it'd be a problem because I'm pretty sure they'll cut me off a couple times. I'll have to make a point. I have to have all this shit planned out. I have to make a point within them cutting me off to the next time I get to speak to be like, hey, can I speak without being cut off? Kayla, and point it out just to put them on blast real quick, like so they on alert so I can finish my point out. But that would be the best way that I can handle it because those two chicks' minds are never getting changed. They are already like stamped on the forehead, not making the boat. They not making it. I don't care what happens when they turn 45, 50 and shit. Now they want to change. You're not making the boat. You done fought too hard for the wrong side. And now that you realize later in life you want to come over, nope, can't come.
But what about how JR let it go on? Because sometimes I think they just be playing devil's advocate on purpose just to get views now. I think JR allows it just to get those views and the impressions and stuff like that. Like, what do you think about that though? Like
they understand it. Like for y'all that's in the chat, man, look, we don't run it like we don't play the business game like they do. But the number one thing that brings people into your content is controversy.
Mm-hmm.
So he lets that shit ride. Anybody that runs a channel where you just see it's a bunch of people just yelling back and forth and shit, they know that gets people's endorphins firing. And that makes people want to watch it. People don't get on the internet just to get on the internet. They get on the internet to get some type of rush out of it. They get some type of enjoyment. Otherwise, you can go out and run fucking a mile and be like you lost 2 pounds and feel the same shit, but they don't want to do that. It's too hard. We're going to turn on this computer and we're going to watch what other people got going on. So they let that shit ride over there. I ain't going to hold them on it. That's not the way that I want to operate my channel. But who the fuck am I to say anything? Them motherfuckers' channel's way bigger than what we got over here. But we gonna be like that turtle in the race. That's how I plan the JVJ Network to be. We gonna be.
But let me ask you something. With that being said, do you think that's a problem with a lot of men in reality? Like, when we look at the people and we knowledgeable brothers, we know what we talk. We like to look up stuff and all of that. Do y'all think that, or do you think in real life that's another issue, that you got guys that will allow women to be out of order because they make money off of it, and also they might be too weak to actually put their foot down as men? Like, do you think that's a real representation of how men move in real life?
Israel?
Well, I think it's social engineering, man. Some of these guys, or a lot of these guys, were socially engineered to be that way. And subconsciously, they don't even realize they're doing it, man. And of course, like you pointed out,
the money making part, or just the pussy footing part?
Both of it. I mean, it's profitable. And that's what Willie Lynch said was going to happen. Willie Lynch said, we're going to focus on the nigger slave, the nigger woman slave, and we're going to psychologically change her natural state to an independent state. Why? For good economics. Willie Lynch said that in the 1700s. So we're living in that time now. It's all for economics. So they can sleep well, because as long as they arguing and fighting with us, they're not fighting against the people that's really oppressing them.
So,
And
Jay,
Willie
what you
Lynch
think?
wrote it out.
Oh, you still going, Israel?
No, I just made that one point. I didn't want to keep rambling.
So, Jay, what you think?
You're gonna have to ask me the question again. And you got some
All right.
comments.
So while you remember, I'm gonna go to the comments. Alabama.
There
Anyways, so my boy Hurricane J Dub says great. Laughing emoji. Philip said K and Kayla put 2 in my temple immediately. Last one left. Hayes says it'll make you have pain attacks going against your nature. Hurricane JW came back and said, I remember that Willie Lynch letter. Facts. 100. Red Illusion said, divide and conquer. That's why white and black slaves were divided in the 1600s. White and black slaves?
Man, he talking about them indentured servitudes, man.
Yeah, that ain't the same thing we talking about.
Man, I don't know why motherfucking white people be saying that shit, man. Stop saying that.
Just throw it in there.
These were motherfuckers that committed crimes in Europe, and they brought them over here, and they had to work a certain amount of time, and they could pay their debt off, and then they were free. That wasn't the same as the black slaves. It's like you a slave, any baby you make is a slave, your woman is a slave, and when they make some babies with another woman, they gonna be a slave. Like, it's completely fucking different. It's completely fucking different.
A good book on that topic is called The Black Irish. Anybody who really wants to understand that particular period of history, read the book.
I gotta read up on that.
Black Irish.
Right.
Did Slinger, yeah, I'm about to say, did you want me to keep telling everybody to come up if they want to come up? Because I know people don't like. I know Red will probably come up. Huh?
Yeah, tell Red Illusion come on up, because you was actually here at that show, and you was speaking on it as well last time we were speaking about it.
Oh, he was here that night.
Yeah, him and Snowman as well.
All right, well,
this podcast is sponsored by Waffle House.
Hey man, Waffle House.
No,
hey,
man, they gotta pay us. They gotta pay us first.
Okay, here you go. They gotta pay us first, but that is probably the best place to go.
Because Jay'll take some waffles and some bacon, but I want.
I don't want no. I don't eat none of their waffles.
Anyway, we ain't gonna go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah,
but anyway,
I don't eat their waffles.
Yeah. Grits, okay? They can donate you some grits.
I don't eat no grits.
What the fuck you eat from there?
No grits.
No, I eat grits, but not from Waffle House.
What do you eat from Waffle House then? Because now you're making me curious.
Every place I go to, I only eat one thing from each place. I don't try out all their food. No, I get a triple hash brown and 2 grilled cheese with a side of bacon.
Nigga, I just said bacon earlier.
When I get at Waffle Houses, I get chicken and eggs.
Bacon.
Chicken and eggs is fire.
I mean, Op is an all-star breakfast, motherfucker.
Nah, I don't even eat breakfast.
Oh, so you don't eat at Waffle House?
Okay. I probably ate from there like one time.
He don't know what he missing out on, Israel.
Yeah,
I'm glad I don't.
Bruh, cheap and good at the same time. It's hard to beat.
No, it's just the people that be cooking that be looking like, woof. My boy Hurricane JW said, oh shit, the Black Irish. Remember Eddie Griffin did a low budget movie called Black Irish or something to that nature. I don't remember that. Well, actually, Eddie Griffin got a bunch of movies I never seen before.
It sounds familiar.
The book is a little bit different, but yeah, I remember that movie.
But what was the question you had? What was the question you had?
No, the question was, Israel kind of spoke to that. I was saying about in real life. Remember, I was asking about in real life. Do you think that's a representation of the way K and Kayla act when it comes to women? Like in real life, do you think that guys allow it because they either pussyfoot around women or because they can monetize off females?
Well, when it comes I'll say like if you come to the internet and television, any type of form of entertainment, most of the time the guys are monetizing off of it. You just got to look at who platform it is. Like, is it a man's own channel? Yeah, they monetizing off of it. If you just see it on somebody else's shit, a female ran channel, like in real life, I think it's more of like guys have been indoctrinated into allowing this shit to happen.
Well, I mean, even with the black church, says they switched to the prosperity gospel because they were able to monetize and capitalize on black women.
Oh yeah, Hey, I got a video coming out for y'all tomorrow. Just so y'all know, if y'all ain't went over and subscribed to the Let's Talk with JVJ, I got a video coming out tomorrow. We're gonna talk about that preacher. I know y'all probably seen the video, but we're gonna talk about that preacher that was sitting around there calling his congregation broke and dusty because they didn't buy him.
Yeah, I heard about
that.
Yeah.
He wanna
I'm gonna
know
talk
the time
about
like
that
Movado.
Because
okay. So I got a question. So I got a good question on it. So Israel, do you think that do you think it would be kind of like, all right, now Jay my boy, so I don't want nobody thinking that
come on, man, just don't say it, man. Just
he know I talk shit. All right, so Israel, just keep it G. Do you think Jay having that mentality that it's okay to bring the female on the panel like that? He been a little weak. He been a little soft pussyfooting. He got a soft foot.
Go hard.
He's scared to put his foot down.
I wouldn't call Jay that.
Okay.
And if I thought about, if I thought it, I would say it. But no, I don't think that. I think he's trying to save people who can't be saved.
Bruh.
That's what I think is his problem. And it's the sunken cost fallacy, as we call it in business. He has so much invested in it, he can't cut his losses.
Okay. That's a good one. Okay. I can
but I
respect
love
that.
my brother. So, I got the same problem with him. I'm trying to save his ass from wasting 10, 15 years with these B-dubs. Learn from me, brother.
Now he wants you to learn from the OG, Jay. You playing around with these little heifers, man. I be trying to tell them, Israel.
10 years of your life that you'll never get back, having a circular argument over and over and over again, and
he drank too much. He drank too much Kool-Aid, Israel. That's what his problem. He drank too much Kool-Aid.
It's the pocket, man. It's the pocket.
And that pocket, yeah. That pocket.
Fuck yo, man. Hold on.
Real quick. we got
who just came in?
Great Slinger in the building. Introduce yourself to the panel. Everybody on the show.
You're gonna have to re-say that because you went out for a second.
Shout out to the brother Brick Slinger. Go ahead and just introduce yourself to the panel and everybody in the chat.
Bricks.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Brick Slinger. It's definitely an honor, and it's great to be in this discussion. And I think the topic is so necessary and needed because as men, we definitely need to have this type of conversation, especially when it's dealing with women in the manosphere. Because me personally, I don't think the women should be in this conversation unless they're willing to learn. Now, if they got questions to it, okay, but they're coming in to be like, well, the men in the manosphere should not be this and this, that, and the third. It should not be talking about this, that, and the third. That's when we should draw the line and be like, look, you're not here to take over this conversation, this discussion. So, if anything, this is a dope thing that we're experiencing right now for us to be here to have these discussions, whether we agree or not.
Oh, the crazy thing about it is, I won't front. Like when Kevin was doing this thing for a little while, it wasn't no women over there like that, like trying to come up and stuff. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, please correct me if I'm wrong. I think he started to say something about women coming up or something like that. But it's like the average and best girl shot herself in the foot acting that way. I don't think it was just Kevin doing that because he thought he was gonna get on World Star. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of women just try to jump up there and say shit. Like it's like we can't have spaces no more. Like you go to the barbershop, they there. Like I remember going to the strip club. Of course, there's gonna be women there dancing and stuff, but now it's like they come in there acting like it's a regular club. Like I remember the first time I seen this, and it was like women running in there looking like, oh, this where y'all niggas been hiding at. Like it's always been that problem. Like matter of fact, Israel, you remember since you was watching Married with Children like I was. You remember how it was episodes where Peggy and her homegirls would show up on Al and them at the script bar and all that, the nudie bar.
Always.
That started happening in reality. Like women don't want to let.
Well, what we didn't realize about Al Bundy is he was fighting the gynocracy early on.
Right.
He was
Yeah.
fighting them.
Yeah, with No Man and all of that stuff.
Yeah,
He
definitely
was
with No
doing
Man.
it. He was doing that. But it seems like since
He was
you
ahead
got
of his time.
guys that pussyfoot, like I said, you got guys that pussyfoot, and then you got guys that's gonna try to monetize off that, so they're gonna be cool with that. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be cool with that. So my question to you, Israel, would you like every time you go to a space, are you just gonna do you just observe to how they moving and be like, well, I wouldn't go on that panel. You know, every once in a while I might watch it, but I can't go on there because they allow too much bullshit with females going on that's out of order. Like, what's your mindset when you go to different panels and you see that type of stuff?
Usually when I go to the panels, I have more issues with other men than I do with the women. Women typically respond to masculine men in a certain way. But what it is when you have these clowns that's up on the space, and it's easy to point them out because they're the ones that's always talking and qualifying themselves and beating their chest. I was on Angry Man's panel a few nights ago, and this dude, he just kept talking, and it was like, what is you talking about, bro? He wasn't making no point. He was just rambling on like a chick. And then he would try to qualify his statements. Usually when somebody tries to drop their credentials or where they're from, that's where I'm from. We call that fugazi. You know, and that's what I saw the dude doing. And he was just making, just trying to promote himself to be something other than what obviously he wasn't. And you see these dudes do that all the time. You know, well, I know what I'm talking about because I work at this job. I swear, this dude he was a clone of Ivan. I thought it was Ivan's brother.
I'm gonna have to
he
get
was
you
almost
and
saying
Ivan
word
together.
for word the same shit that Ivan was saying.
I'm gonna have to get y'all two together and have y'all have just like a straight up man to man conversation /
No, you can't do that because he's not a man.
Oh,
You can't do that.
We ain't said
If
that
it's gonna turn into an argument, it's gonna get emotional.
That
like he
comment
did
alone and on its own is brought to you by V Ben Israel. Out from the north, the JVJ Network does not have anything to do with that. Just disclosing that. Brick Slinger. So before I come to you, we're gonna go ahead and hit up these. Let me go to these chats real quick. So Red Illusion said that's like having a motorcycle club and letting dudes with bicycles chime in.
Yeah, exactly.
Hurricane J Dub said no man, Al Group. And he also said Al Bunny, Patrice O'Neal is the GOAT. Rest in peace to Patrice O'Neal.
Al Bunny is the GOAT.
Then my boy Philip said after the average at best woman, it seemed like all females had a problem with Kevin. Asked to be rated. What they got was a dose of bitter reality. Believe that. And J Dub says, Hurricane says, oh, laughing emojis. All right, so Brick Slinger. So let me get your opinion on that. What you think, man? Like, is it good to see more examples of like the women that be on the bullshit that we be talking about, so women can't just act like we just pulling it out of the air? Or do you think that men should just focus on, like manosphere content should just be for the guys and that's having conversations, and women don't really necessarily have to be a part of it?
Good question. If anything, it's definitely, I think that question should be asked like as a whole, because it's definitely show us as men the type of women we should avoid and the type of women we should pursue more of. Because for like that prime example of that average at best woman, she was a prime example of a woman we should avoid, because she already came to the scenery, did not do it. She did not go in there with the intention to either disagree or have smoke. She came in there to change the whole atmosphere, the whole setting. And Kevin was rest in peace to the big homie. He basically was like, look, you know what it is, you know what time it is, but you come in here trying to change the clock time. So I'm going to use this as an opportunity so that people would see for themselves. And little did we know we were going to see more than what was on display, because I got a chance to see that on a snippet of World Star Hip Hop, and I had the opportunity to see the whole thing through his channel and realize that even with the clip, I was like, man, she don't get it. But when I seen the whole thing, I'm like, now I understand why she didn't get it. She never wanted it in the first place.
She wanted what she wanted when she wanted it.
Exactly. And little did she get was the reality of a lifetime. And that's why she had to end it with, "You're so mean." And it's like, what and that's the issue I have with women like her, is that she wanted honesty, but she didn't want honesty. You know, she wanted the truth, but she didn't want the truth to be served to her like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like you wanted your steak to be medium well and with your baked potato, but you're complaining because it's not on a plate that you would like it to be on, and it's on a silver platter with the silver dome and the handle and all that stuff. Like, you gotta pick and choose your battle, man. So at the end of the day, as far as men contact, for men to be this and the third, it can be just a men only thing, and women will find some way, especially modern women will find a way to say, we don't need to hear that, as telling us as dudes that not only, I wouldn't say wanted, but this was a some shape or form a desperate need for us to have, because we can't have it on a mainstream platform. So why not have it on a platform like YouTube and the internet, where we can be men and learn men's things within men. So it's like barbershops, locker rooms, even basketball courts, whatever the case, where men is primarily the guys that talk to each other and even teach each other. Like I say, we have a conversation where we can agree and disagree, and we can still lead the platform like, I respect this dude. For any woman to come in and just try to change that, mess it all up for all of us.
I mean, it's really annoying when we see women do that a lot. I think, and I would say this, I predict like 5 to 10 years, maybe less, that guys are just gonna go back to not giving a damn, and a woman just gonna see how we move, and either you get down with the program or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Your loss, it don't matter. And I think, because I was talking to one of my partners today, and we was just talking about how, like, women are children. They really are, like, throwing these temper tantrums and things of that nature when they don't get their way. They think they can jump from being strong to playing victim within 1 hour. And life does not really necessarily work that way. Like, we're here talking right now, trying to be thoughtful and try to process all of these things. Like, the hell with feelings. We're trying to figure out what it really is. But a lot of women get in their feelings, and you got to treat them like that. You got to be the head of the ship. You know what I'm saying? That's your job to do such a thing. So, JV, let me ask you something. Say you with a chick, you know what I'm saying? Y'all rocking out, everything going good, but she iron your tank tops the wrong way and fuck up your pocket.
Nah, he gonna go crazy, man. He don't play that. He don't play that shit right there. You getting personal now.
I couldn't help it. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. All right, let me stop bullshit. Let me stop. All right, so
all right, I'm ready for the real question.
All right. Let me ask you a real question. All right, so for you, Jay, do you think, if you, while you're doing these shows and stuff, you're trying to be serious, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure you take in consideration what, you know what I'm saying, what the fella said, the way you want to do things, how you want to do things when it comes to just like doing the content. Do you think it's important to kind of show, like, when it comes to dealing with these women in the conversation that you're having, are you going to be one of those people that's going to, like, actually point it out and say this is what it is, or are you just going to let the guys figure out that's what it is? Because I see a lot of people say that. They'll say that, like, when the woman is no longer on the panel, and then other people to bring it in. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, the same way Snowman said something, the same way Israel said something, like, nah, Honey was running from the questions, she was dodging the questions, I would have shut that shit down. Like, do you think, you got to take some. You should take some of that in consideration what the fellas are saying, or do you think like the way you did the show was good, or would you go back and do it better?
Hey, first off, I made sure I made this known. I don't know if I told y'all that night, but I thought I made it known. Clicks and Views has been dealing with the channel for a while, and she agreed to do an actual interview. I was not finna eat her ass the fuck up. It wasn't happening. Just like if me and my girl Embrace Grace did a one-on-one, I'm not.
Yeah, but see, Jay, you're being disingenuous right now.
I am being disingenuous. I'm telling you the truth, though. I'm telling you the truth.
Nah. You're going to an extreme. You keep saying I wasn't going to eat her ass up. All we did is say, hey, man, can you answer the question? That's not eating her up.
That's not, no. I'm not knocking that. No, I'm not knocking that. The sentiment that came off from that was, man, you should have goddamn checked her every time she did something crazy. I wasn't going to do that on her first interview. Now, if we do more interviews, that was the whole point of the first one. Now, the ultimate goal that I see around here that I would want to do at least one night a week is to have random chicks come up and we have the conversation about whatever the fucking topic is for the night. Then I'm just going to grind through. I'm going to have to grind through. But I know her to a certain extent. So I was going to give her some grace. I know somebody said it earlier, you gave her way too much grace. I was going to give her some grace because I wasn't finished. I'm not bringing nobody up here to embarrass them because obviously everything that they argue, like their talking points from that side, easily can be knocked down. Mm-hmm. It's easily embarrassable. I wasn't finna do that to her. Not that night. I wasn't finna do that to her. She didn't piss me off. It wasn't that type of conversation. It was just, we're going to have a conversation. I had a couple questions, and I just wanted to see if she wanted to answer them. So that was all that was. But I feel where y'all coming from. Because if I have random chicks come over here and they start saying dumb shit or they're not answering the question like they should, I'll eat it up. I have no problem doing it. I just wasn't doing that with her. Not with her first time coming over here. If that makes sense. I know that's not an excuse, but that's the one I'm gonna use.
Right.
So you were just trying to play nice.
I was doing nice. I definitely was playing nice. I agree with Israel on everything that he said. She was not answering my questions. I agree. And then I also agree that I gave her a lot of fucking grace. I agree with all that.
So Break Slinger, what do you think about the show? Like when he was asking her questions.
Oh, little do Jay know, but when I saw that interview and him asking the question, and she was saying everything that was going to be said by a woman. That's why I had to come in and partake in the conversation as well. And even if folks think that he was giving her too much grace, it was definitely enough grace for her to continue because he didn't have to let her continue to say the same stuff over and over again. But one thing I do say that I give more props and respect to Jay is that even when she was saying all that crazy stuff, he stuck to the facts. He stayed 10 toes deep on the facts. And in my existence, only thing I did was basically assisted him because it's his show. And when it's all said and done, she was the guest. I was the guest. She wanted to speak her piece, and Jay let him. I spoke my piece. Jay let me. But at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, it's those type of conversation that is needed because at the end of the day, women like Miss Click definitely need to partake without showing any type of sign language, even though she was displaying lots of sign languages. But at the end of the day, he didn't have to let her continue it, but he showed himself out to be a gentleman that he put himself out to be. So at the end of the day, that conversation with that particular show was interesting, and I would definitely love to see more of that. Now I don't know if there's gonna be many women that's gonna be like her, or they probably be more women like her to the extreme. But I seen Jay enough to know when he's being cool and collect, and when he's really gonna go bring the truth out like a hammer. So at the end of the day, it was a dope conversation. I would like to see more of that as well.
I got a question for y'all, but let me go ahead and hold on real quick. Hold on real quick. Hold on. Let me get to the comments real quick. Let me get
I
on
mean,
the
what was the
comments.
comments? What did we
Wait,
learn?
hold on.
Let him read
Let
it.
me get to the comments real quick. All right. So Philip asked a question. He said, to you, Israel, are you talking about Mary Brown?
Amiri Brown. He was like when
it's either Amari or Mary Brown. Some people spell Amari like that too.
I don't know what he's referencing.
I think he was referring to when you said something about the live stream earlier or something, and a guy said something on the live stream or some shit. I don't know.
Hey, Philip, come back and elaborate in the chat for us so we know what you was talking about. Going to Hurricane J Dub. He said she burnt the toast. Don't play that. Red Illusion. He says, hold on. Come on. I know I clicked on it. I ain't slow like JV. He says, we have enough documentation. It's time to focus on our actions instead of reactions. Okay, so Grace still here. All right. She says, I want the smoke. I don't know what she's talking about.
She's going to be a part of the conversation.
Oh, yeah. You said,
I told her she could. I told her she could. You told her she couldn't.
No, you had said something else, and then I think that's what she was talking about. Wow, being like, if you interviewed her, I think she's talking about that. Like, she want to smoke.
Nah.
So Red Illusion said you can hold her to answer specific questions about being disrespectful.
Okay.
I kind of feel that. I mean,
I can agree. And you got one more.
I mean, all right, yeah. Was okay. Grace says an officer and a gentleman. All right, but
don't gloss over that shit like that, man. That's for me. Fuck.
Man, you shirt pocket went. Listen. Anyways, back to what I was about to say. So I get that. You know what I'm saying? I understand that Jay, he was kind of chill. I didn't think he did so bad. I was watching it.
Oh,
but
man, come on, man. You can talk shit.
But hey, hold on. I gotta keep it real. I'm being fair on both sides. I'm going to both sides. Okay, I'm just going both sides. So on one side, yeah, I get it, Jay. I think it wasn't that bad. I think you did a pretty good interview for the first time. You wasn't trying to treat her in that same aspect.
Man, scale of 1 to 10, man. Just go ahead. Scale of 1 to 10, man.
I give you like a 6.5.
Ah, man, I thought you were gonna give me worse than that.
No, I think it was fair for your first interview.
What you give me, a 4?
Oh, okay. Let him go ahead. You got to think about that one.
I thought it was a 5. I thought it was just an average.
Okay, just middle of the road.
We've seen it before.
All right, middle of the road. Okay, Brick, what you got?
I'm gonna rock with Op and say about 6.5.
6.5. All right. Yeah. So 6 to 5, 6 to 5, 5.5. All right, go ahead, finish up. I'm my bad. And I know, you got comments too.
Oh yeah, real quick. Red Illusion said JVJ's pocket holds his simp cards. Philip says, I'm talking about, and this is to you, Israel. I'm talking about the brother that you said that's not even a man, but I'm mad and got you upset on Andar. What are you trying to say on that one? Andre just he missing a letter.
So read that comment again. I'm sorry.
I'm talking about the brother that you said that's not even a man, but I'm mad and got you upset on the ANDR.
Was he trying to write Ivan?
I have no idea.
I don't know. Hey, rewrite that last word, Philip, so we can get some clarification.
You're right. I mean, if he goes back and watches that video, I didn't even raise my voice until we went in the back chat. I wasn't the one getting emotional or nothing.
I'm surprised y'all didn't let that go.
Go back and watch it.
Oh yeah, that shit funny.
Man, he hold grudges, bro.
Hey, I hold grudges too. Hold up. There you go. I think he was trying to write Angry Snowman.
Huh?
Philip put another comment in there. I think he was talking about Angry Snowman. Go ahead, go and pull it up. You got it. Click the button.
No, he just said Angry Man Show. He didn't say Angry Snowman. He just said Angry Man Show.
Oh okay. No, when I was on Angry Man Show, I wasn't really saying much. Me and both Angry Man and myself, we kind of was just laying back, like, what the hell is going on here? And the dude was just rambling and you know, they kept mixing up. We were talking about socialism and we were talking about the monarchy versus democracy. And a lot of people, a lot of these arguments, I had these shits 30 years ago. This shit was debunked. It's old to me. And when I see cats trying to bring up old talking points that's already been debunked, it's almost funny. So comparing socialism with a socialist country is not the same thing. But to say socialism isn't been entrenched in this country is showing a lack of understanding of the history of America. Socialism built the white middle class. It wasn't hard work. It wasn't democracy. It was socialism and big government with a lot of fucking guns. That's what built the middle class.
Back to topic though, because we're gonna have a political talk one of these nights.
And you know, I don't need to drop my credentials.
No.
But that's what the dude tried to do. And I'm like, dude, really? We're gonna go to your certificate. You know, I got a fucking MBA, but I don't talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've done this for 30 years. I wrote books on this topic. I got a book on Amazon right now called Me Dos Centimos.
Why ain't you getting a shout out on that shit?
About some of these things, you know?
I don't know why you ain't trying to do some ad placement and shout that shit out. You know, you could have did that multiple times.
We can talk about that behind the scenes.
I try not to promote that
business,
shit.
Online, JVJ. This not at you, Israel. That's behind the scenes talk, JVJ, sir.
I know. You the host. Get us back on topic.
Just shut up. All right. So, Alabama Nats in the building. So, anyways, back to what we was talking about.
Let me say one more thing. So, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
What happened in the 90s is a lot of dudes got locked up. Okay? And all of this jailhouse talk that these mugs are doing today is because a lot of these guys got out of jail and they came down south. So you see a lot of these talking points from the 90s resurfacing themselves. Well, these clowns have been sitting in jail. They don't realize this shit has been debunked already. All of this old 5%er talk, all that shit been over with. But that's what's happening. They got out of jail and they coming down south to a new audience almost. Like, this shit is old information.
All right. What you got?
I'm glad you brought it up because I was actually gonna bring kind of go back into that a little bit more. What you were saying on that, I see a lot of people doing that same thing. I think it's something that the reason why it keeps happening, in my opinion, why people keep bringing these same conversations up, is because a lot of people hide their head under some kind of damn rock. They hide their head in the sand. And since they hear so much of the same BS all the time, that's what they try to use to deflect from the conversations that we have. And that's what make it worse. If you got a bunch of guys around here that are simps or trying to monetize off of it, so we end up having these same conversations. But the problem is you got a lot of females. Actually, I would say this is where it helps. I think men have to learn how to use that against these women. I forget what martial arts that is, technique or whatever that comes from, where you use people's weight against them.
They use their own energy against you. Like, they come at you, you fall into it and take that shit. It ain't jujitsu.
Like Steven Seagal with all of the blocks and throws and shit, right?
Right. Yeah.
But either way, keep going.
So that's just like,
I think that happened to me in my sleep, man.
Somebody beat you.
I got my ass beat in my sleep.
That's what we gotta do. Is like I said it before, and we had some women that kind of was upset with that comment that I made when I said, I'm gonna ask a woman, do you like Kevin or not? And depending on her response, lets me know if I should further even speak to her. Right? And it was just to gauge how that would come off. And the fact that women were here, they had a problem with that. I was like, oh, okay. So I got something good here on what I think I should say. So it's a way to see if you can like talk to these women or not. Would it be a waste of time or not? You know what I'm saying? But I think the problem is if you're gonna have them in the spaces, it gotta be like the type of shit that Kevin does. It gotta be kind of like what Fresh and Fit does. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, if you get disrespectful, I'm finna Frank Castle your ass and you finna get the fuck out of here. Like you got to go. But a lot of guys, I think they're afraid to do such of like those things. So like for me,
or something.
Yeah, I'm talking about you, Pink Panther. But anyways,
you triggered my trap
for
card.
me in my life, I try to
you
do
triggered
that.
My
you know what I'm saying? I
trap
try to do that. So I want to ask y'all fellas, do y'all do that in y'all real everyday life? Like, is that something you really try to practice every day? Like, yo, not just talking it online, not just talking to the fellas, but when you deal with women, do you actually draw that line in the sand?
You got to pick who you going to first.
It's on the panel. It's open. It's an open question.
All right, Israel, go first.
Yeah, I definitely, man. Some things are red flags for me, and some things are automatic ejections. They got to go. I hate people that lie for no reason. That's an automatic objection to me. And usually a sign of a liar is they go, "Oh, to be honest," or "Do you want me to be honest?" No shit. Why the fuck wouldn't I want you to be? Why do you have to make that declaration? We're having a conversation, and you want me to be honest or to be honest? Why are you saying that? No, I want you to lie to me. Like, what are we talking about? Like, so if you gotta make a statement about honesty, that means you're already thinking deceptive. And it's like, why? This is the first conversation we've ever had. Why would you automatically think a lie first? It's strange to me.
Okay. Brick Slinger?
Well, I try my best to practice everything that I learn, especially how to set the room, or at least study the room. Because one thing I definitely believe that as men we should be able to observe and see where we can play our part, or stick around and see, wait a minute, hold up, this don't seem right. Let me see if this is 2 + 2 and make sure it is 4. So if anything, when it comes to having these type of conversation with women, it's definitely something I practice. Like, if anything, we're gonna have a disagreement on the conversation. If it gets to the point where it's like, okay, I know this, because I had this happen to me before. Like, I have a conversation with a young lady, and the topic was so close to home to her that she got, her tonality changes, and the emotional expression came out. I'm like, man, this is kind of like, you might want to, I'm not saying don't, but at the same time, calm down. It's just a conversation. I mean, we're disagreeing and all, but don't get too deep in your emotion, because this is not the case. But only thing that's different was that she did calm down and took some time to breathe and stuff like that. But that's not the majority. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely do as much as I can to practice, because I do check out Kevin as well as Fresh and Fit, but I also check out the roommates and then many other manosphere spots to study them and see how they move in the room and stuff like that. So yeah.
All right, real quick before you say anything, let me go ahead and go to the comments real quick. Red Illusion says, remind me of communists using the same arguments from the 1960s. Red Illusion, is that Muay Thai, or is that supposed to be Muay Thai? Muay Thai. All right.
It seemed like you mixed 2 different comments in one.
Yeah, no, see, yeah, he had he was talking about the whole, what we was talking about from back in the day, what we was talking about. I think it was something you said from back in the days. Wow, like, and then politics or something like that. And then he talked about the whole thing what I said with Steven Seagal. So this is what Hurricane was talking about. My boy Hurricane said Tai Chi. Steven Seagal was Kempo? How you say that? Kempo, I think. Ludwig, what up? Nah, I don't think so. I think women are the problem. The only reason there needs to be a manosphere because women choose evil, or I would say violence, like they be saying nowadays. Red Illusion came back and said, I'm gonna be honest, implies you weren't being honest before. LOL. That's true.
Exactly.
Lou Witt came back and said, no. Israel was saying something. And that's what Red Illusion was talking about, how women will say that, but they being disingenuous in the first place. Lou Witt came back and said, would you let an enemy soldier in your side's personal meetings? In your side's personal meetings?
No, you
wouldn't.
Of course
not.
You know,
of course not.
Yeah.
Of course not. Women make themselves the enemy of men by their choices and behaviors. All right, so to you, Jay, what you got to say? What's your answer on that? The last question.
I forgot the goddamn question, man. Everybody been talking for a minute, man. I forgot that.
We was asking, was the pocket cotton or is it like microfiber?
Straight cotton around here, man. Straight cotton. I don't think they make microfiber. Well, actually, they probably do because you got like Under
man,
Armour
you know damn well he was joking, man. I
know he was, but I'm taking it serious.
Man.
I'm taking it serious though. But what was the question?
That's a damn shame. He supposed to be my co-host, and he didn't forget every damn.
I'm not the co-host.
Can somebody fill him on the last thing? The last thing we were talking about.
He don't know his own question. Don't nobody say nothing to him. Let's see if he knows his own question.
Wow. I'm not. See, let me show you how to stay on point. In your real life, in your real life, do you carry yourself in that way that you draw the line in the sand when it comes to dealing with women, especially out of order women, just the same way as Fresh and Fit did, or the same way Kevin would have, putting them in check and not letting them disrespect you, get them out your presence if they're a problem?
It's time and a place for everything.
Like, I mean, it's not even just with women. We do it with each other.
Yeah, with people in general. Like, there's a time and a place. Like, there are situations where I will get face to face and have that altercation, have that conversation. There are times where it's just cordial and we're sitting at a table having it. And there are times that I get the fuck up and be like, nah, man, I'm good. I ain't got time for this. Because I can foresee it being something, it could turn into something worse. So it all depends on, and I hate saying it because I know most ladies say it depends, but the situation will dictate how I approach that situation. So I've had times where I had to go in on females and guys and shit, and then there's times where I'm like, nope, not doing it. Now, I'm not gonna be at somebody else's party and I ain't got nobody with me besides one motherfucker, and everybody else in here know each other, and that motherfucker say something reckless. Bruh, I'm out. Like I'll let you, I'm out. I already know I'm not gonna win that battle.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Real shit. So it's not universal, but it's just time and a place, and I think that kind of goes back to like when it comes to the original conversation about. That conversation, man, it's time and a place, man. That wasn't the time for me. I understand other people might have a different approach about it. That wasn't the time for it, in my opinion. And I could be wrong. I could be wrong in the grand scheme of everything, but that wasn't the time. It wasn't the time. That wasn't the time or the person. Pudding? Yeah, you can say I was pussyfooting.
Soft shoe, or whatever they call it.
I'll stand by it though. I'll stand by it. I'll take all the L's that I got to take from it. That wasn't the conversation that I was gonna go in on the motherfucker. It wasn't.
Why not?
And because I like the one thing that I made sure I did that, like, because I'm trying to start doing these interviews. I'm trying to get better with having conversations with people. That's why I have a therapist. Like, dude, don't react off of how you feel.
Right.
Because I would have snapped. I would have snapped right then and there. Every time Israel, the first time she did it, I saw it. And I'm like, nope. Phil Jackson, Zen mode. I'm gonna let her fucking talk. And I think I did a very like that was actually a high five for me, in my opinion, because usually I don't let shit like that slide.
Well, my thing is we've been letting them talk for 70 damn years.
I don't let you.
At some point, the talking got to stop.
With that talking point, because I do agree with that talking point. A lot of motherfuckers ain't been around for 70 years that we having these conversations with.
Yeah, but we got history. We can see it.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. Like me and Ott was talking about this before, about who should we blame for the condition of the community. Yeah, we can turn, like, honestly, I already told y'all, like, and I don't know if y'all watch my content, but I done told y'all. I believe the root cause of all of this shit is women being able to do whatever the fuck they want to do without any consequence. But I also have to give some of that blame to the men that came before us.
Yeah, our punk ass daddies and granddaddies. You're absolutely right.
But think about it. You would be a little bit. Now you'll probably be like an older cousin to me, and then like going to your dad, my dad, and so on and so forth. Those are niggas that dropped the fucking ball. The silent generation dropped the fucking ball. I think we all
baby boomers. I agree.
And baby boomers.
I see them old motherfuckers, I cuss them out.
Yeah. So I'm not
still talking the same yin yang that they was talking 60, 70 years ago.
But see, that's the thing.
I was over the holiday. I asked one, what do you think the biggest problem in the black community is? Oh, we need to give black women more education. I'm like, are you shitting me? Are you shitting me right now? Y'all been doing that for 70 years, for 100 years. But they can't see that generation, those baby boomers and silent generation, they still see the civil rights movement as a win. And it was a failure.
Yeah, in the grand scheme of things,
civil rights was an epic failure.
In the grand schemes of what it was trying to achieve, yeah, it was.
We lost more than we gained. That's a failure in any way you calculate. We had more before we started. How is that a win?
You'll never hear me say it's a win. I will say this though.
They can't. Those two generations of men, they just sit back and act like they won the war, man.
All right, well, then you will understand this. That's where you get pushback from me with the pushback that y'all were giving me. We've been like, why are you talking to these chicks? We've had this conversation for 70 plus years. Right now is at my doorstep. I think I'm in the generation that has to actually fucking do something. Like the past generations, we just agreed that they didn't do their job. They didn't do their job. So I understand that this shit has been circulating for a while, but a lot of the people that are absorbing it right now on that side that we're trying to change, they weren't alive during that time, and I wasn't alive during that time either. That's why I get tired of getting blamed. And I get the white folks when they're like, why you blaming me for slavery? I'm like, yeah, that bitch wasn't alive. How you blaming them? I wasn't that type of nigga that let y'all run rampant. So don't blame me for that. But I am trying to do my due diligence by trying to fix the problem. And
you can't fix the problem by doing the same mistake that they were doing.
No. They didn't even talk. No, they didn't talk. They didn't have
they did talk. They talked the same
not like how we do.
That these women were talking and the same talking points. And then they were in private. Those men would say what we're saying now privately, but they would never say it publicly.
What are we doing? We're talking publicly, right?
We're talking publicly now.
Exactly.
So that's
one change. That's one change. Now we're gonna have these public conversations between men and women because those were some of the most private.
That's my point.
So
we need to get men together, not women. They're going to follow us. They have no choice because we build and maintain the society that they live in. But if we keep asking them their fucking opinion, we're never going to get an answer anyway.
Well, I'll tell you this.
Talk in circles and 1 + 1 is that. And
I got you. I'm going to tell you this. One thing about my channel is for the last 10 months, the conversation is going to be talked about every fucking day. It's been talked about every day for the last 10 months. I don't take a fucking day off. But when we have these special occasions where we do these lives, which just started maybe 2 months ago, that's when I'm going to open that. The whole live point is about opening the fucking table. It's about talking to y'all. I would have never met you if I ain't do a live. Brick Slinger, I would have never met none of y'all. We would have never had conversations that we've had if I didn't open the goddamn live up. It's open now. So the conversation to be across the board. The Monday through Sunday conversations where I'm talking directly because my day-to-day show is directly for the men. But when we do live streams, we have the way the place I'm coming from, I have to have the conversation because we need to get on the board. We need to get I need to hear all these ladies' grievances, even the ones that ain't never, which is probably majority that ain't never even been in the situation with a black man, and to have these grievances, but you're just taking it from the last generation. Put it all on the fucking table because we the ones that's got to fix the problem. They not gonna fucking fix it.
So stop talking to them.
No. I need it on the table. I need it all on the table so I know what the fuck I'm walking into. I don't want, oh man, my car's messed up. Can you come over here and fix it? No, I need to know what's it doing? It's a misfire. You got flat tire. You ain't got no oil in your tank. Like here, let me know what the fuck's going on so that I can come over there and I can be prepared to fix this shit. So I'm gonna let them talk. I think the number one issue is all of society does not hold black women accountable or women as a whole. All of society does not hold them accountable. They preach that they're on the same level as us, but they don't treat them as such. That's the problem. If we could change that, if you want the rights of a man, you want to be treated like a man, I should not see any disparities in prison sentences. I should not see a disparity when a woman slaps the fucking shit out of a man in the airport and don't nobody do nothing. But as soon as you think the man about to slap him and everybody run up, we need to see some equality in that shit. Ain't no more bitches getting into the club for free.
Right, so we got to get the men together. We got to fix the men. We got to bring the men to order first.
That's every day.
We can get the women in order.
Yeah, but guess what? That's every day. And then the live streams, all of them are not gonna I'm only gonna have one specific day where I bring ladies up. It's only gonna be one specific day, and it's probably gonna be on Wednesdays anyways, because that's like the day for my personal show, not the network, because the network is tomorrow, Saturday. So I'm gonna have one day out for it. But
I think what you're trying to do is noble, right?
Just don't think it's gonna work.
No, I know it's not going to work because I've seen people come before you trying to do the same thing. Yeah. And I think it's like triage, it's military. We got to choose what's going to work best for what we got right now. And right now we got to get men on board, as many men on board and on code as possible.
Well, guess what then? That's the whole point of all of us networking with each other. We got Brick Slinger right here. We got you. Yeah. We got Op for the Norm 18. We have so many people that's been in our community that we got right now. It doesn't take just like we can be collective effort on it. But if one motherfucker is sliding off doing something else besides just for that one fucking day, I'm pretty sure y'all still got the torch to carry. I'm pretty sure y'all got that. Like I'm gonna do what I do. Like I'm always gonna push the message of trying to get the men right, get their heads right, especially pointing out things that they should avoid. But I'm also going to do that. But all of y'all are still here to push that message, even when I'm not pushing it. Because I post like, bro, y'all, I don't know if anybody looks. I had one dude told me I was the hardest working dude on YouTube. And I'm like, dude, you got 200,000 subscribers. He's like, I know you ain't got no team behind you. And I was like, nigga, fuck you. But I post every fucking day. For the last 10 months, every fucking day and multiple times a day. So I'm gonna fight the fight, but I'm still gonna have conversations with them. Like I'm gonna have conversations with them because maybe I can convert one. I can talk to 100 and get one. I'm happy with those odds. I know you saying fuck it. I know. I'm
talk still to the young men. Talk to the boys because
I talk to all of them.
Nobody is fighting for these boys, and these boys are out here typically just thrown to the wolves, man.
I tell the young boy shit, man. I put out a video today, man, a short today that basically was saying I was trying to let women know and let young men understand what I'm saying. Most dudes wouldn't fuck with most of y'all females if y'all didn't have a pussy. And I had to explain it to the young dudes. Like y'all really need to understand that. The only reason that we really fuck with these ladies is because they got a pussy. Yep. Break it down to the bare minimum. Because otherwise, what else do you fucking give me? And we got to put shit in perspective. That's for the young men to understand. It's like, have that mindset and really know it. And women, y'all can get fucking mad all you want. Besides your pussy, what can a man not do? And I understand your pussy makes you can't have a baby and all that shit. Besides that, what else can you do that a man can't do?
I was watching a video. I don't know who shared it. The girl who was a clinician, and she made a video that went viral, and she was pleading, "Well, I just want you men to be better for us." And I always have problems with women who make that statement. I want you men to do better. So my question is, better than what? We're already better than our fathers. We're better than our grandfathers. They're better than our great-grandfathers. We exceed them in every statistical category. Now, when we do the same thing for women, are they better than their grandmothers? Are they better than their great-grandmothers? No, absolutely not. They're not even close.
Depending on what you grade on. What you grade on, because I grade on what a woman should be. They not better. But the way they grade, and they trying to grade finances.
So if we grade on finances, they're not better than their grandmothers. Grandma owned a house. She had property. She had insurance. She had education. All of the shit that they say they have, grandma already had it.
Yep, with no debt.
With no debt. Grandma's net worth was higher. So they're not beating their grandmothers in any category.
No, they just beating them on money earned.
We need to
That's all they
improve,
doing.
even though we've already improved past our fathers and grandfathers. We're already significantly better. So now they're saying that's not good enough. Some kind of way you need to even be even better. And
hold on, let me put this.
We're not going to be better. We're going to be a fraction of what grandma was. So, and then they got the nerve to say, I can't find a man because these men aren't up to par. You got a better crop of men to choose from than your grandmother did. And grandmother found a man at 19 years old and stayed with him for 50 years.
Yeah, because it's a complicated situation. And I'm gonna do one video. I'm gonna do a live stream where I just don't even have nobody up, and I'm just gonna break down the fucking problem in my own mind, what I think it is, and just have everybody give their own fucking opinion on what I say. But
Jay,
what you got?
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but if anything, I want to add into what Israel said was when women say men need to do better. If anything, the number one thing that they want us as men to do better is the number one thing that they're good at, and that is to be vulnerable and emotional. That's what they want us to do better at, is to be open to them. The problem is, even if we do be open to them, they have a thing of just being very vicious to us being vulnerable. Because the minute we start being open in our feelings and open with, if anything, the definition of vulnerability is to be open for an attack. The minute we start being open for an attack, that's when they attack. That's why it's so hard for us as men to be open towards women when women are being vicious, even though they're supposed to be the emotional ones. The minute as men start becoming emotional, it's become a problem, because now they see weakness as a form of the security is down. The walls are down, the protection is down. And it's like, no, that's not the case. It's just that at this point, I need to vent. I need to do this. I need to do that. And if I can't do it at my home where there's supposed to be peace at, then where else should I go? What other person do I need to talk to besides therapist, besides my boy? Hey, even God, who do I need to talk to? If I can't go to my own woman to do that, how am I supposed to be better in my own home if my woman is attacking me for being the only thing that they want me to be? So that's probably one of the things that.
I already know that, and I've told guys this before to answer that question. Dudes never, like anybody listening right now, do not ever confide in your woman about problems that you don't have the answer to right now. Like, if you don't have the answer to it and know how you gonna figure it out, it can't just be no, like, if it's just hey, heads up, baby, I gotta deal with this shit. So if you see something else slacking, this is what I got going on, but I got that shit to take care of. Fine and dandy. But if it's something that you still gotta figure the fuck out and it's gonna affect you and her life, you don't fucking tell her shit. Don't tell her nothing about your emotional shit. it's so in the Disney fairy tales that we're supposed to be able to confide, and women are constantly keep telling men to do that. Those are the exact men that they don't want to fucking be with. Those are the exact men that they leave. Don't fucking do that. If you got a problem, the same 3 places you told them to go, your boys, your God, and I forget whatever the third one was.
Therapist.
Your therapist. If you can't get it out of those 3, bro, the problem not gonna be solved. Shoot yourself in the face. I'm just playing. Don't do that shit. But besides that, like, bro, those 3 should work for you. Those 3 should work for you, man. And number 1, I say just go to your boys and talk to them. But don't ever tell your girl what the fuck you got going on, especially if you don't know how to fix it. She's not there to solve no problem. She's there to take, not give. Not to produce, not to build. She's there to fucking consume. Like, no bullshit. I'll say it right now, y'all, and I shut the fuck up. Women are fucking leeches. All women. I don't give a fuck if you're a good girl. You are a leech. If you are a good girl, a good woman that know her role and play it, you are still leeching. It's not an insult. It's just a fact of life. You're taking resources while the man is creating them. And I'm done. Either one of y'all can take that.
Enough said right there.
I hope I ain't hurt nobody's feelings with that one. I hope I did. If anybody got any rebuttal, man, please say it. Like, that's my honest opinion, though. The way I look at it, men provide, like, our number 1 goal, like all men are taught on the way growing up. You need to make money, you need to be a protector, and you need to be able to pull a chick. So it's kind of like the 3 bases. It's kind of innate. Like, you kind of know that because you kind of see, okay, you like her. Okay, well, she's not dealing with you. Why is she dealing with him? Okay, you kind of observe from the outside looking in. You learn what women like. And you, like, men know what women like. Men wouldn't be out here buying no goddamn fucking $2 million fucking Maserati if bitches didn't like sitting in a fucking Maserati. Because we good with getting from point A to point B. They always talk shit about a dude who just be in his own apartment with a bed, a fucking TV, and a game system. He ain't even got a mattress. Because he don't fucking need that shit, man. I'm asleep the same way I sleep, whether I'm up in the air or whether I'm on the ground. Like, dude, like, I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell y'all. But back to the original conversation. Should women be allowed in the manosphere, like, to a certain extent? Like hell, Israel, you can explain this to me. I got a perfect question just for you. When we were having that conversation, were you talking about not having girls on the panel, or are you talking about not having girls interviewed? Which one was it? Because I still didn't ask you that earlier.
I just think that they come over to the manosphere,
but
to
which one though?
It to gain traction for their own.
Which one? But which one?
They're not coming in a genuine place to learn. They're coming for tactical advantage, and we have to stop entertaining it. Now, there are always exceptions to the rule.
Which one though? I'm saying panel or just panel or interview.
Well, if you're having a one-on-one interview,
one-on-one interview.
She understands the rules. Here's how you're going to behave on this interview. You're going to actually answer the questions. I don't have a problem with that.
Okay, so interview's good. Now, panels. What about panels?
Same thing. If they're on the panel and they're going to follow the rules, the same rules they follow everywhere else in society.
Okay, so both of them good as long as they abide by. Here, I'll do a disclaimer every time a lady comes up. As long as she ain't, but I'll talk to. As long as she ain't somebody that's already been up here before, because I can talk to them offline. But have a disclaimer from the get go about the bylaws of how we're gonna do this.
I'm gonna ask you a question, and I want you to answer it as short and simply as possible. So that way we can actually have a conversation. A dialogue is back and forth.
Yeah. I would that.
Tangents on about nothing. You don't be like, what the hell are they talking about?
I got you. I can get down with that. What do you think about that shit, Brick?
Same as far as the interview. If you're definitely having that one-on-one conversation, it's definitely needed to be some bylaws and some rules. Now, as far as the panel go, it's definitely going to be a different ball game, because when you talking about a panel, you're talking about like a Royal Rumble, like it's every person for themselves.
Yeah,
like even if they are,
but we're on a panel right now. We follow the rules.
Yeah,
we're sticking to the topic. We're answering each other's questions.
True, but at the same time,
we're rambling off like on some other topic and shit about whatever happened.
But we break one rule of cutting the motherfuckers off.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you got to though.
No. We got to be good with it. Go ahead, Britt.
But that's the thing, though. Like I said, it's like a Royal Rumble. It's every man for himself. Despite the fact that there are rules, if one of the rules is we should not interrupt each other, or we should not cut each other off. If we want to get the whole point, even if it don't make sense, we will probably, as human beings, not just women, as human beings, if we don't like the first two words that come out of a person's mouth, we already got the scissors out, and we ready to start snipping folks out for just those two words alone, let alone the whole statement. So even if a woman gets into the panel where it is a manosphere thing, I would suggest more interviews as opposed to panels, because when it comes to panel, everybody, no matter what rules there are, no matter how many rules there are, if a woman can't, even as men, we can't stand on our own 2 feet and stick to our facts, even when there is a situation, even if, like, we can disagree all day, every day, but if we can't respect each other, then that's the whole purpose of rules, that we need to respect each other, even if we disagree. Now, interview is a different story because it's a little bit more personal. It's questions with answers with two individuals as opposed to a panel. So that's my thing.
I respect that. Go ahead, Israel.
No, I mean, I think we're on the same page. I mean, I just think it just needs to be more structured, because sometimes we do need to stick to facts and data. And a lot of times these lovely ladies, they don't have no facts. They have opinion. And if they went into court with this shit, the judge would shut that shit down so fast, because that's called conjecture. Anytime you have, you just have raw opinion that has no basis in fact or reality, and all they have to do is, all they want to do, they all got anecdotal situations that have nothing to do with nothing. Can we get to some facts? And when we start talking about facts, they want to dismiss the facts, because see, in their mind, feelings are facts.
And the feelings are more important.
Right.
But, when we talk about raw data, and you're supposed to be an educated woman, and you got this career, you should already be used to doing some type of research.
You understand how it works. You understand how it works.
Right. We're not talking about things that haven't been said or brand new data. Most of us are repeating the same data for years now. And they act like this is the first time they've heard it. Every time we start talking about it. Oh, I don't know where you got your numbers from. The numbers all come from the CDC, Pew Research, and BLS. 90% of the data comes from those 3 sources.
Yeah, I don't get it. I said it on the other live stream. Like, men wrote shit down. Just wrote shit down. Kept a record. Running tab, if you would say. Running tab of everything that's fucking going on.
You got comments, by the way?
Huh?
You got comments?
Comments
you got to read.
Oh, man, let me see. I haven't looked over there in a minute. It's not my show. I don't know where the fuck I went. It's not my show tonight, y'all.
But the pocket is serious.
I guess so now, man. Look, y'all hating on it. Y'all hating on his pocket shirt. I don't even know what side it's on. Let me see. Okay, now we read that. Actually, I think we read all of them, man. I can't believe we had no comments lately. Nah, man, we was actually having a deep discussion. I don't think a lot of people like to talk during them deep discussions unless they got something. Like, it's always the people that have something to contribute.
Tell people to put a 1 in the chat if they're still listening, man.
You got 8 people in here right now.
I just want to make sure they're still awake.
Hey man, y'all still awake? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all still alive, man. Put a 1 in the chat.
Yo, put Pocket in the chat, man. Let us know you're there.
God damn, man. I don't know why y'all hating on this Pocket, man. Y'all know y'all like this little pink ass fucking shit, man. Like, stop hating. Red is alive. All right, look, Red. He is alive. He alive in this bitch. Hey, look, man, and all y'all that's still watching, like, I don't understand this, man. If you watching on my channel or Op channel, man, I put the link for the network over in the chat a long time ago. I'm gonna kill the stream. Like, Op ain't even here because that's normally what we do, man. We do 30 minutes in. We already an hour and 40 something.
What happened to that angry ass snowman? What the hell happened to him?
And you know, he got kids and shit. He got a whole fucking family to deal with. He might be tied up a little bit, man.
I don't want to hear that bullshit. I'm gonna talk shit to him when I talk to him.
Hey man, that's what I'm saying, because he said he gonna come around for the goddamn basketball talk. So
Yeah. We talked last night for a while.
Yeah, hey, look, that's good, man. See, we network around here, y'all.
And where the hell is Grammy and Popeye at? Where they at?
I don't know, man. They unsubscribed from my channel, so I don't know.
I talked to them the other day. They was in the damn post office.
I seen them. They came in the live stream last night. Yeah, they was in here last night. But look, y'all, fucking hold on. We got Michael Dinkins. I don't know Michael. This is my first time seeing you. You might be coming from Op channel. But what's up? He said brick. Oh no, there might be brick people.
I don't know about Michael Dinkins, but salute to him.
Hey,
no matter what.
Man. Say salute to you, Frank. Hey, look, and Brick, you gotta make sure you come in with your link to your channel on there. You can put it in the chat, man. Y'all go check out Brick, man. And Israel, we gotta get Israel on the show, man. We gotta get him on the show. He gotta get his own shit, real shit. The sad part, I might hey yo, does it sound cool for you to do a show on Mondays called Misogyny Monday?
Why misogyny?
Because you're gonna have 2 other people with you.
But I mean, why that topic? I mean,
because it just rhymes with Monday.
Well, so does misandry.
Yeah, y'all can switch it up. Y'all can switch it up. Pick whichever one you want to do it today. But I'm saying like House of Haas, and Angry Snowman. Y'all 3 run that shit Mondays. Misogyny or misandry Monday. That's if you up to it. You ain't got to commit right now.
I mean, I try to support, man. I mean, since I met you, I kind of been backing off of my shit and just been participating in what y'all have going on, you know.
But see, that's the thing though, man. Like, and for everybody that's watching right now, if you're a content creator, man, the JVJ Network is for content creators to come over here so we can all work together. Like, if we build this shit up, your name is gonna get the fuck out there. Because
right. I agree with that, and I support that vision. You know,
it's kind of like a spider web shit. Like, I'm shouting you out on my shit. You shout me out on your shit, and then we all shouting out this shit. So when any of our people come in, like right now, we got. Let me see. If I look at it, I think the max that we had 7 people on Op channel, 6 people on my channel, and then the other people are on the network at one time just tonight. So I'm like, bring it all the fuck together. So if you're a content creator and you want to contribute to the conversation that we talk about, if you believe in what we believe in, if you're trying to fucking fix the community, come the fuck on through. But yeah, man, I was thinking about having y'all 3 together because I think y'all could vibe off shit, because y'all could really talk about misandry and just work it out. It could be Misandry Monday. That's a good name. But that's something to talk offline. But yeah, besides that,
Misandry Monday.
Yeah, I thought you had somebody else about to come on here. I thought you said it was a new guy that was in the chat about to come up here.
No, I ain't saying Mike was about to come up. I just said it was a new guy, Mike Dinkins, in the chat. But he said Brick. So he obviously know Brick Slinger. And then
tell me bring his ass on up here. We want to see him.
Hey, look, the link is in the chat, y'all. If y'all want to hit the chat and just talk the shit, because honestly, it's about, should we have women in the black manosphere? Should we have women in these conversations and shit? I think right now, I converted all of them to, yeah, we should, but we just got to have bylaws. I think that's a grand scheme. Like, we got to have rules of how we conduct this shit and hold them to that account. Honestly, I think that's going to be
let's just stay on topic. I mean, and that goes for the men too. It's like,
yeah,
You know,
it's code of conduct, man. It's code of
code of
conduct.
conduct. I mean, it's like, and we do this everywhere else we go. Your teacher asks you a question in school, you can't just ramble off on some other topic. The teacher's gonna bring it back. And if you do that enough, they're gonna take you out that classroom and they're gonna put you in the classroom on that hallway with the big crayons.
Yeah, you don't like that. You don't want that room.
You don't want to go down there. You have lunch different from everybody else and shit.
Hey, look. Hey, he said, just listen. And then he also said, roll tide all goddamn day. All goddamn day. But what you had, Britt?
Oh man, this is definitely another one. So again, back to the topic. Is them as far as women should be either allowed or partake in the black manosphere, whatever the case may be. If anything, like I said before, if they only come in to ask questions and maybe learn something, hopefully learn something, cool, all day, every day. But if it's coming to the atmosphere, coming to the manosphere to take over the manosphere and disrespect not only the code but the men in general, yeah, that's definitely out the window. And that can go for the men also. That goes against what's the primary goal and mission statement of the manosphere. If anything, I would say there should be more women like the likes of, Courtney Michelle, the likes of Suzette Speak, and even just Pearly Things. Like, them are the type of women I would prefer to be a part of the manosphere because they benefit, because they are the prime product of what will happen when women do take the time to listen and show that they do understand, and they tell other women what's the case may be. Because if anything, if they the prime example of what the manosphere is all about, then I say let's continue on to get women like them involved. Other women like K and Kayla and all them, nah. Because if anything, it seems like they want to be a part of it, but they want to take over. So again, back to the question. Unless they're willing to learn something, unless they're willing to ask questions and even benefit by sending this to the other women to teach them how we think and how we move, because we're going to continue this regardless. Matter of fact, I don't think we ever going to stop doing this. So if anything, unless they're willing to do such things as ask questions or learn something, if they're not willing to do those two, and also to respect the rules as well as the men, if they're not willing to do those three, then they should not be in the manosphere of any participation.
All right. Hey, we got the host back in here. Hey, host, you there?
You mean co-host?
No, you the host.
Not co-host.
Oh, now you co-host now. Now he co-host now.
Co-host. I'm a co-host. You wanted a host. I'm a co-host. All right. So the conversation has been very productive. I think we're gonna go ahead, stop it right here, but we're gonna definitely continue on. In the back chat, please excuse my immature co-host for laughing on camera. That is very unprofessional. I would ask that he please stop.
That's messed up, man.
Matter of fact, this is what we're gonna do. This is gonna be a part one. I want to have a little more, we do a little more diving into this actual conversation. I might put something together very special for y'all, some real shit for y'all. But we're gonna go ahead, stop it right here. I appreciate the fellas that came through on the panel. Definitely appreciate everybody that came through in the comment section showing love. This is your boy Opposite from the North 18 once again. Make sure y'all definitely go check me out on my channel. Shout out to my boy JVJ. Let's talk.
Hold on, man. You gotta go around the panel and everybody get their final thoughts, man.
That ain't how he wanted his show.
Final thought? Well, go ahead, do your thing.
I'm sorry. No. Here you go. No, I'm saying Israel is
The
right.
man said
Let
the
me
shit
shut the
over
fuck
is
up.
over. That's how he run his house.
It's over, man. It's over, man. Fuck it.
You said, Bob, get the fuck out.
I'm done.
I'm sorry, go ahead. My bad. Finish up. My bad. I know he ain't gone.
No, he right there.
Nah, he
Yeah,
just
he on mute. Get the fuck off mute, man. He was like, all right, man, fuck it. He was like, fuck it, I'm out. Hey, look, man. Slinger, let them know where to find you at.
Yep. You can also can find me on YouTube. The name on this, what you see on here, is the name of my channel, The Slinger. I speak on everything that's been brought up, even more stuff, and also add scriptures to go along with it. So you can check me on Facebook as well. You can check me on Instagram, even TikTok too. I also should probably bring this up. I got some music out called Man of the Construction. It's been out for some years. Check it out whenever you get a chance. Like I always say, man, continue sharpen one another. Support the kingdom. Take care and God bless. Laborers.
All right. And go on to my boy Israel.
I am V Ben Israel, the people's champ. You can find me anywhere on social media at V Ben Israel. Also, you can find me here on YouTube at the People's Podcast, speaking for the people.
Speaking for the motherfucking people. Y'all know y'all heard that shit, man. I
All
swear he
about
got
the
that.
people, man.
Right, he got that up north on the radio. I'm going to the club tonight because they just talk. We're going down. I can't even go through it right now. But you know what I'm talking about, man. You got that voice. You got that voice for that shit.
I hate my voice, man.
Nah, it sounds good, man. Like for real, it
I hate
projects
that.
too.
See, when I hear myself, I hear my father and I hear my cousin.
All right.
I can't stand them. I can't stand that voice. You know,
I don't
it's
think
crazy.
we all. Hey, yo, Brick, do you like your voice?
Sure. I love my voice as far as I'm concerned. It's definitely getting a little bit deeper than the last time I heard my voice, and that was like deeper than 5 years ago. So the older I get, my voice definitely progress into something more. So yeah, I love my voice.
All right, well, here, I guess, man, look, man, you
But
gonna be
other
the
people
odd
always
man
tell
out.
me, they go, I love your voice, man. I love how you talk. I'm like, I can't stand this shit.
Hey, look,
but
I'm with you on that shit. I ain't gonna bullshit, man. I think I sound weird when I be talking on the phone, like when
we
I used to sing. Yeah, like when I hear my voice back, like me hearing myself, I be like, I'm like, motherfucker, like, oh, you sound good. I was like, what the fuck they talking about? But either way though, man, y'all check out both of them, man. Like for tomorrow, y'all.
Yes, subscribe. Go to my channel, like and subscribe. Likes are free, subscribing is free. Help me grow that space, y'all.
Yes, sir. Make sure y'all do that. And there you go. Next time when we do tomorrow for the live stream tomorrow, I'm gonna tell y'all about it in a second. Make sure y'all have y'all link if y'all come over on that. And I know you're gonna be there, Israel, because you got to be a part of this one. And Brick, you more than welcome. But make sure you clip your make sure you got YouTube up or something and just get your URL and type something in front of it, let them know what channel is. Put that shit in the chat. I'll start so I can make sure I can constantly pull y'all shit up. Make sure everybody go, man, because we all got to support each other one way or another. We got to. But tomorrow,
we doing the sports show tomorrow.
Oh yeah. It's gonna go down
wearing
tomorrow.
The only GOAT shirt from Chicago. This was the only GOAT from Chicago.
Hey, look, yeah, here you go. I will give you that from Chicago. Yeah, I give you that.
It's the only GOAT from Chicago.
All right, now here you go for tomorrow, y'all. We're gonna have a complex conversation. Now I'm gonna give y'all the rundown of how it's going because it's gonna go in 3 segments. We're gonna first have a conversation about how we define what the GOAT is. So what are we arguing that makes somebody the GOAT? We're gonna make sure we put that down. We're gonna get that known. And after we have that established, what we're grading the GOAT off of, we're gonna move on to who is the GOAT. And then after that, because I had one more little caveat. What was the greatest basketball team of all time? And just so y'all know, I'm gonna need years. So 84, 85, 87, 88. I'm gonna need that year. I'm not gonna need you to just say a fucking team. Because somebody did that the other night, and I'm like, no. You just
and
not
we
gonna
limited
say
it to what, NBA, right?
Just NBA. If we branch out to something else, if we can clear this ill first, we can move on to something else. And look, everybody does not have to agree, but this is going to be the conversation. So make sure y'all tune in tomorrow, JVJ Network on that one. And I'll start us off over here. I'm gonna kill the stream though on mine, but I think that was everything
again, didn't he?
Yeah, he was gone, man. He was gone he was out like a light. But look, y'all, man, I appreciate that. Look, all y'all can hit the back chat if y'all want to come up and shoot the shit, because I think we're gonna shoot the shit for a little bit. But if y'all want to come up and Brick, don't fucking leave, man. Like when I kill this shit, don't fucking leave. Stay your ass here. Don't go nowhere. But look, y'all.
Okay.
You want to come up and
there were no last,
man. Huh?
There were no last comments to read.
I don't think I seen any, man. I just got the link down there. But look, we still got 7 people watching. So look, y'all join us in the back chat and talk shit with us if y'all want to. That's if y'all want to. But we're gonna get the fuck up out of here, man. We're gonna catch y'all on the next one, which is gonna be fucking tomorrow. So as always, man, peace.